everyone. I'm here to interview Ma'am Shena S. Caranongan, our SPED teacher. So, hi Ma'am. Number one. Question number one, why did you choose to be a teacher?
I chose this profession because teaching is, I equate that to continuous learning. Because when you teach, when you learn, you do not stop learning in the four corners of the classroom. You do not stop from your college degree, not even in MA or PhD. For me, until your golden age, you will continue to learn. And as a teacher, you will really learn a lot from different people. And from your students, of course.
Number two, how do you inspire and motivate your students in your lessons?
Alright. Inspiring or motivating my students, you know that I'm handling children with special cases. So, inspiring them or motivating them to learn, I should say that it's easy for me because what I usually do is to use, for example, music, movies that they have seen, or even commercial video clippings. And aside from that, we also play. We do have some games. Those are forms of motivation, and you can easily please special children.
Number three, Ma'am. What do you do to prepare for a certain lesson or class?
Okay, to prepare, certainly you need to have the lesson. In our school, we need to prepare the daily lesson plan, and then we also have to prepare the periodic tests for the students, and most especially the instructional materials. Because without the instructional materials, how are you going to motivate the students? Because their attention span is quite short, so you need to have much of the attractive and beautiful items inside the class. And
last one. When you meet an obstacle or problem in class, how do you resolve it?
Obstacles. When in a special education setup or in a special education classroom, usually the problem arises are the manifestations of untoward behaviors of the students. What do I refer, or what do I mean about the untoward incidents? Their practice, isn't it that sometimes they throw tantrums, and it's either they hit another classmate or they fight. Okay? They fight with you. So the thing is, in handling that, you need to know a lot of strategies, but primarily you need to know your student. You need to know how to calm the student down. Okay? And secondly, you need to have a bag full of strategies or techniques on how to handle that kind of behavior. Okay? So usually, if my child or student with autism is starting to throw tantrums, then I pull him out of the class and then would ask him to inhale and exhale, and that way he's releasing that tension in his body and starting to relax gradually. Okay, most of the time those are the cases. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Why did you choose to be a teacher?
Well, even from my first year in college, I really love teaching. I think that it's my mission to teach. It has been my dream to become a teacher.
How do you inspire and motivate your students in their lessons?
Well, usually in a lesson you give the introduction. Sometimes you introduce by giving a story, or sometimes you introduce the lesson by giving an example. Usually that would make the students interested in the topics that I'm going to discuss. So I usually discuss these things first. I make an introduction, not to go right away to the lesson.
What do you do to prepare for a class in a certain lesson?
Despite the fact that I already know the subject matter that I'm teaching, I have been used to a particular course, for example, but I still read. I prepare by reading the lessons for the day. So in order for me not to miss out on some things, I think that memory is a little treacherous. Sometimes you forget things. So it's really better to always read before prepare or as part of your preparation for teaching.
When you meet an obstacle or problem in class, how do you resolve it?
Well, as a teacher, I'm expected to settle to a particular situation patiently, of course, peacefully. I try to avoid getting angry, to show anger in a situation. So I really try to resolve it patiently. So if a student, for example, is a problem and I don't want the student to be embarrassed in class, I just ask the student to talk to the student in a different place. For example, in the faculty room, not in front of the classmates, because sometimes there are situations that are embarrassing to the student. So I avoid that in order to at least also give students the right to be treated fairly.
Thank you.
Sa NSTP namin. Why did you choose to be a teacher? I actually did not choose to be a teacher. It was my parents who asked me to be one. But then eventually I learned to love this profession. How do you inspire and motivate your students in your lesson? I can motivate or inspire them by telling them my own experiences as a teacher. What do you do to prepare for a certain lesson or class? Of course, I have to read the lesson first, and then eventually I have to prepare visual aids, like for example, PowerPoints or other types of visual aids. Okay, like for example, if in science, so different what they call this hands-on materials that can be used inside the laboratory. And of course, I also prepare some like their quizzes, okay, and other simple works that can help them understand, and that can help evaluate if they really did understand my lesson. Lastly, when you meet an obstacle or a problem in class, how do you resolve it? If you consider the noise as an obstacle, I would say that I try to resolve it by trying to reprimand those who are creating the noise, but not in a way that I'm going to shout in front of all the class just to reprimand them. But of course, I'm going to tell it to them in a nice way.